The Final Trumpet, Part 1, the revelation begins. In the days before the end, the world fell silent. The oceans stilled. The winds stopped their endless whisper. Even the stars seemed to hold their breath, as if heaven itself awaited a command. Then came the tremor, a pulse through the heart of the earth, not of nature, but of judgment. From that moment, nothing would ever be the same. The first trumpet sounded, not from the heavens above, but from within the soul of mankind. It was not a note of music, but of awakening, a sound that split belief from fear. Skies burned crimson. The moon shattered into rivers of light. Every nation looked upward and saw what prophets had once only dared to dream. And from the clouds, the heavens opened. A blinding radiance tore across the firmament, wings of flame, armor of starlight, eyes like the dawn. The Archangel Michael descended, carrying a sword forged in the breath of creation. Behind him came the legions, uncountable, radiant, eternal. They did not descend as conquerors, but as judges, for the time of choosing had come. But beneath that holy storm, the ground split open. From the abyss below rose another host, black wings, fallen light, beauty laced with sorrow. Lucifer, the morning star, walked again upon the earth. His eyes burned not with hate, but with memory. His voice, cold and calm, echoed through the smoke. Heaven calls me fallen, but I remember when I was first light, and the skies trembled. The angels paused, for the war that had once divided heaven was about to begin again, not in glory, but in grief. Mountains bowed beneath celestial fire. Oceans boiled as divine thunder split the sky. The veil between worlds was torn, and creation itself wept beneath its own weight. Michael raised his sword toward the sun. Lucifer lifted his gaze to the same light. Between them stretched the fate of every soul, a war not for dominion, but for meaning. Humanity watched from below. Some knelt and prayed for mercy. Others cursed the sky, refusing to yield. But all could feel it. The pull of light and shadow, the choice that would divide eternity. Then came the second tremor, the awakening of heaven's wrath. The ground opened into flame, and the trumpet sounded once more, louder, clearer, eternal. This is not the end, Michael's voice thundered across the storm. It is the revelation of all that you are. And so it began. The war that was never meant for angels alone. The reckoning written in the stars before time itself was born. As dawn broke over a dying world, light and darkness gathered for their final battle. Heaven above, hell below, and humanity trembling in between. The first trumpet faded into silence, but its echo lived on in every heart. The age of prophecy had ended. The age of truth had begun. The Final Trumpet, Part 2, the War of Heaven. The silence that followed the first trumpet did not last. It was shattered, torn apart by the roar of wings and the cry of 1,000 angels rising into war. Heaven itself had awakened. The firmament blazed with holy fire. The air trembled with power as light poured down in rivers. A storm not of rain, but of radiance and wrath. The armies of heaven descended, each angel a fragment of divine will, each heart a flame of eternity. Michael led them, his sword burning white, his voice cutting through the roar of chaos. For the truth that was lost, for the Creator who weeps, and stand with me. And the hosts answered. Their wings ignited. Their voices rose in a single cry, and the sky became a cathedral of thunder. But from the shadows below, the darkness rose to meet them. Lucifer stood at the heart of the storm, his black armor glinting with shards of broken stars. He did not shout. He whispered, and his whisper carried through the hearts of every soul who had ever doubted heaven. You call me fallen, yet it was love that cast me down. Behind him, legions of fallen angels ascended, their beauty twisted, their sorrow eternal. They carried no banners, only the weight of their rebellion. And so heaven clashed with hell, light and darkness colliding in an explosion that tore through eternity. The earth split beneath their fury. Cities crumbled under divine flame. Skies cracked open as galaxies trembled. a war not bound by time or space, but by the will of creation itself. Michael struck first, his blade cutting through the void like dawn through shadow. Lucifer met him with wings of black fire, their clash shaking the heavens. Every strike was a memory. Every wound, a story of love turned to sorrow. They were brothers once, two lights born of the same breath. Now they were the storm and the silence, destiny and defiance entwined. As the battle raged, angels fell like meteors, their light burning out as they struck the earth. The oceans boiled beneath them, the mountains wept molten tears, and humanity, helpless below, looked upon the sky and saw the war of gods. Some prayed, some screamed, but most simply watched, caught between awe and terror, feeling their hearts pulled toward both the light and the dark. In the chaos, a voice echoed, not divine, not infernal, human. A child stood upon the ruins, hands clasped, eyes filled not with fear but faith. And as he whispered a prayer, the storm above hesitated. For a single heartbeat, both heaven and hell turned to listen. And in that pause, the light flickered, not as flame, but as hope. Lucifer's gaze softened. Michael's sword lowered. Even the stars seemed to lean closer, waiting. But hope is fragile. And darkness, once stirred, does not rest. The fallen screamed, not in hatred, but in despair. And the battle renewed with fury tenfold. Michael's voice thundered once more. The Creator gave you choice, not chains. Lucifer answered, his cry echoing through creation. Then let them choose who they truly are. The skies split apart, revealing the gates of heaven blazing open, and beneath them the abyss of hell yawning wide. Every soul trembled, every heart was called, and as the second trumpet sounded, a sound deeper, stronger, unending, the world itself began to change. The oceans rose. The stars fell. Time fractured like glass. And through the chaos, one truth burned clear. The war of heaven was never meant for angels alone. It was humanity's mirror, reflecting the eternal battle between belief and fear, mercy and pride, light and shadow. As the final light of day vanished into the storm, Michael and Lucifer faced one another once more. Neither spoke, neither faltered. Only their eyes met, and in that gaze the universe held its breath. The third trumpet waited to sound, and when it did, the fate of all creation would be decided. The final trumpet, part 3, the last trumpet. The world stood on the edge of silence. The war of heaven had scorched the skies, shattered mountains, and drowned the stars. What once was creation now lay in ruins. Yet still something moved within the dust, a single heartbeat, the echo of life. Amid the ashes of the fallen, a faint light shimmered. It was not angelic, not infernal. It was human. From the ruins of a broken city, men and women began to rise, their eyes filled with the reflection of both heaven's glory and hell's sorrow. They did not carry swords nor prayers, but remembrance of love, loss, and the will to begin again. Above them, the storm raged on. Michael stood upon the highest peak, wings scorched yet unbroken, his sword dimmed by the weight of sorrow. Lucifer, the morning star, stood opposite, his flame flickering, his defiance tempered by something far older than pride. Between them, the sky tore open one final time. A blinding column of light pierced the clouds, not wrath, but revelation. And in that light, a voice, vast and tender, spoke. You have fought for truth, but forgot why truth was made. Both angels fell to their knees. Even the darkness stilled. The war was never between heaven and hell, the voice continued. It was within every heart that I breathed into being. Michael looked to Lucifer, not with hate but understanding. The morning star lowered his gaze, and for the first time since his fall, wept. The ground trembled as the third trumpet began to sound. It was not loud nor fierce. It was pure, a note of perfect balance echoing through all of creation. Mountains ceased their burning. Oceans stilled. The skies bled gold as dawn rose once more. Humanity stood together beneath the light, scarred, trembling, but unbroken. And as the sound faded, something miraculous happened. Their shadows began to glow. Within every human, the spark of both heaven and hell awakened, not as enemies, but as harmony. For the Creator's final truth was not judgment, but choice. Michael turned to Lucifer, his voice soft yet unshaken. "We were never meant to destroy them." Lucifer nodded. "No, only to remind them of what they are capable of." And with that, he turned toward the abyss. His wings of black flame folded inward, dissolving into light. Not fallen, but forgiven. Michael sheathed his sword and lifted his gaze to the horizon, where the first rays of a new sun broke through the ruins of eternity. The final trumpet faded into silence, not as an ending, but as a beginning, and across the world, humanity took its first breath in the age beyond judgment. The heavens were quiet, the earth reborn, and somewhere in the stillness between heartbeats, the Creator smiled. The end. Thanks for watching. Please like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel.